Hello, good morning. My name is Adil Khan. I am the president and CEO of Transport Company, and I'm also the regional vice president for the Association of Energy Engineers. I want to share this content with you. It is power management control system that is much needed in our buildings today. I think it's a very good presentation, so I decided to record this and share it with you. So, power management control systems, why does anyone need power management control systems? Power management control system, power management, let's take the first part of the power management control systems. Let's take power management as the first part of the discussion. You need power management now because it's a law that you have to benchmark the building performance. Any building that's greater than 20,000 square feet or greater than 50,000 square feet in certain states, it is a law that every year benchmarking reports have to be submitted. So the power management will provide this for you. And then the power problems causing increased maintenance and replacement today due to harmonics and dirty power in the electrical network requires control systems to maintain the quality of power, to keep the repairs and maintenance at a minimum, because this is skyrocketing and escalating every year. The control systems also helps in releasing electrical capacity. When your electrical system is overloaded or you need additional power, guess what happens? You normally go to the utility and you request them for additional power. The utility will give you a new transformer and a new meter and a bill which could be $50,000 to $100,000. But if you install a control systems that makes your network more efficient, you're going to decrease your demand and consumption of that electrical network. Here's another reason why you need power management. Today, everything is driven by the ESG score, the energy usage intensity, CO2 reduction in pounds or metric tons, and reduction in watts per square foot or kBTUs. So when you don't have a power management system or you don't have a control system, then you're unable to increase your ESG score or reduce the carbon emissions from your electrical network in your commercial or industrial building. Another reason is you have energy savings, demand and consumption, which is a significant part of the cost nowadays, and it's a rising cost. Cost of electricity is increasing every single day. So when you have power management control systems by MPTS, you can reduce the demand and consumption, thereby reducing the utility bills and thereby saving dollars. You may also add other reasons why you need power management control systems. There are many of them. For example, you may have penalties for not meeting the ESG score or not doing energy efficiency, or you may have downtime, or you may be growing. So, and you're not able to grow, especially in data centers, you have used up the electricity before you use up the total square footage or space available. So you look at a data center, not even 1/3 of each data center room is occupied with servers because you ran out of electrical power. Now, for a single MPTS power management control systems, the investment is about $120,000 installed cost. So here's a quiz for you. All of you are smart people. What is the payback period when you install the power management control systems by MPTS? I have given you the clues on the slide, so you can work it out depending upon what's important to you, what features, what payback, or you maybe all of these are important to you. You can take the benefits from all this and then calculate your payback and internal rate of return or return on investment. Now, let's get to the meat of the problem. Technical reasons why you need power management control systems. This slide lists all the problems that we are seeing today in modern buildings. And you can read these, and you probably can relate to some of these problems that you're seeing in your buildings. You may have some of them, or you may have all of them. Here's another slide, more general, but typically today in your buildings, you're having motor issues, HVAC system issues, pump and fan failures, all kinds of issues. And these symptoms are indicators for issues with electrical supply affecting the operation of the equipment and systems within a building. What's causing all this? These symptoms are due to poor power quality in your building. So what do we mean by poor power quality? Poor power quality, when you look at the electrical sine wave in an oscilloscope, you will see this here, a lot of noise. You have some brownouts, you have some voltage sags, and there's a lot of noise, and the sine wave doesn't even look like a sine wave. When you have good power quality, the graph at the bottom shows you what the sine wave looks like. It's clear. So when you have the power management control systems by MPTS, your electrical network will see cleaner sine waves, thereby improving power quality and thereby reducing all the problems that we discussed in earlier slides. What were those problems? Here is another way of looking at the problems. Tripping breakers, UPS alarms, overheating of electrical distribution systems, motor failures, total power loss. This is a good slide because this is an infrared camera looking at your motors or your transformers or your breakers, and they look perfectly normal with a normal eye, but the infrared reveals that it's a disaster waiting to happen. This is why transformers are blowing up due to poor power quality. And this is where power management control systems by MPTS is going to make a big difference in your electrical network. Now, normally what's happening is we've had a lot of power solutions that we have been using to solve power problems and to improve power quality. They used to be called, or they're still called, voltage regulators and stabilizers, surge protectors, power factor correction, harmonic filters, and we're also using UPS systems, batteries, and several devices to manage power quality and also to manage the power in buildings. But as you know, these are all static solutions. Today, no building has a static load. These devices work really well when you have static loads. For example, motor running 24 hours a day, same load, and it's consistent. So you can use static solutions because the load is not changing. But today, everything is controlled by computers and automation. All your loads in the building, temperature in the building, the usage in the building, the lighting in your building, your air conditioning in the building, all these are controlled with automation. So these static solutions may be very good for static loads, but in today's world, with changing load conditions, you need something to deal with it. This is the only option that I have known, and I know that it exists where you can deal with dynamic solutions. The power management control systems by MPTS is a dynamic solution and deals with changing load conditions 24 hours a day. There's a lot of data And you can see you have 2 meters gathering information, and then it is reporting it for your building benchmarking needs. But it doesn't stop there. The MPTS device that looks like this is also fixing the power problems as they're occurring in the network in real time. So new world problems need new world technologies and solutions to deal with it. And that's the reason why Power Quality Management Systems by MPTS is a useful solution for all buildings and all commercial and industrial applications. So when you deploy power management control systems, the MPTS, it reduces watts per square foot or BTU per square foot. It also affects your EUI, energy use intensity goes down. And we are seeing significant decrease in school buildings, in hospitals, in manufacturing plants. And of course, the new buzzword now, carbon reduction, climate action committee, climate sustainability, and quality of air we breathe. So the whole world is now focused on carbon emission reduction. And by deploying the power management control systems, you can effectively impact and enhance and accelerate the carbon emission reduction in the world, because the 2030 goals for carbon emissions will not be met if everybody works together and uses new technologies or solutions such as power management control systems, which make a significant difference when you install it in the network. The proof is in the pudding. Let's put the money where the mouth is. Here is what happens when you install the MPTS. The first half of this graph shows the power monitoring system, the power management, which is showing dirty power, which is showing kVA, kW, kVAR, and the power factor. It is showing without the MPTS installed here. When the power management system was installed, you can see what happened. The white area is the capacity of the transformer. By managing power and deploying the controls needed for changing load conditions, you can see dirty power has decreased after implementing the MPTS in the electrical network. The peak loads that we're going over 800 kilowatts, peak build kilowatts, are now less than 650 or 700. And this is from a single MPTS. I think this is a case study installed in a commercial 14-story building. So with that, let's summarize it. It looks like this. This is sitting in a electrical room connected to the switchgear, the main bus bar. And here are the connections. Very simple. You have CTs to measure close to the meter. So you have the utility meter and another meter comparing what's happening. So this is the power management system. And then you have dual power management system, because the MPTS also has a built-in power management system. So now you got two sets of data to show what's happening in your network. And it also tells you in real time, the only device that can tell you that what is the energy demand and consumption without this device and with this device in real time. Customers are using this power management system since 2011 in United States of America, and it is used in schools, hospitals, commercial buildings, industrial buildings, in prisons, in pumping stations, and it is approved by United States Air Force, by GSA. So hundreds of units are deployed. And I wanted to make sure that if you had not heard about the power management control systems from MPTS, I wanted to make sure that you have that information. So with that, thank you for listening. I hope this was useful, and I'll bring back more useful solutions for you to impact energy efficiency and carbon reduction. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and hopefully we will meet at AE West, Association of Energy Engineers Conference in Bellevue, Washington in May. And then we have the Association of Energy Engineers AEE World Conference in Nashville, Tennessee this year in September. Look forward to seeing you. Feel free to reach out to your distributors and your resellers or your contractors for any help you need in dealing with your power issues and energy efficiency problems. Thank you. Have a nice day.